Hey, welcome or welcome back. It is, as always, good to see you today. And today is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving plans got postponed until this coming weekend. So I meant to do more recording today than this. I've been kind of a lump today, kind of a lazy lump. I slept in super late. It was very nice, but I feel lazy because I haven't got anything done today. I did cook dinner for myself, so that was a bonus. And yeah, haven't done a lot. So I guess we all need those days every once in a while, but I was hoping to get more done today. But we are recording this evening finally, and we're back to trying to catch up with some Amber Lynn. And this video is her I Quit Keto and about the TikTok I posted, weigh-in days 4 to 5, and of course it's a vlog, which means that it should be incredibly boring and nobody should react to it or even watch it because it is so boring. But we're gonna do both because, you know, that's what I do with my life now. So, the I Quit Keto, I'm not surprised. I'm really not. In her last video, she was talking about the Ozempic and the gallbladder issues. So I wouldn't be surprised if keto has aggravated that as well. But in all honesty, it was probably just getting to be too difficult for her because she can't stick to anything. But yeah, I'm more interested in what she has to say about the TikTok. So that's what I'm most interested about. And her thumbnail even shows her. I forgot to put it up. Boop. Her thumbnail here even shows her holding the Chips Ahoy, where she was fake crying and took a tiny nibble out of the back of one in some awkward way. And it was a horrible TikTok. I do have a video about it. I'll put it if I can figure out how. I'll put a card up here to link to that video that I did. I've never done that before in a video, so we'll see if I can figure out how to do it. But all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and see what Amber Lynn has to say about quitting keto, what her reasoning is. We seem to be in the cycle, absolutely. And what she has to say about this TikTok.
Hey guys, so welcome to my video, which would be day 4, November 6th of 100 days of weighing in.
Day 4, all right.
Normally I would wait for this feeling to pass and then I would vlog, but I wanted to take my camera out during the actual experience of me feeling like utter and complete. I'm supposed to cuss the first minute of being on YouTube, by the way. Random fact.
I did know that. In the first, I think 2 or 3 minutes, if you swear or say things you shouldn't say, then your video will become demonetized. So those are things I have learned from watching other YouTubers. There's something on my little viewfinder. So you have to be careful what you say the first couple of minutes of the video.
Anyways, so we have a little baby here who tries to make me feel better, and it works.
Hey, Rarity.
So I'm gonna set you guys down. This happened.
So did she actually eat the entire package of Chips Ahoy? And why would she make a TikTok about it that was totally just gross, in my opinion?
I ate this whole thing. Yes, I did.
It's a lot of fucking cookies, and yeah, I would say goodbye keto, because it's going to be hella carbs in those, not to mention everything else.
Last night.
Also, did she do it while wifey was sleeping? Because that's when she seems to do her binging, is while wifey is sleeping.
Over, I want to say like a 6-hour period, but still, the fact that I ate them all is not okay.
Hey, kitty.
12 servings per container. It's like 1,700 calories for that whole thing. And it's most definitely not keto in any sort of way.
No, it's not.
I am extremely mad at myself. I have so many thoughts right now. And they're just all jumbled, and they stay jumbled. No matter how much I journal, no matter how much I go to therapy, talk to my psychologist, no matter how much medicine I take or don't take, it's like I'm afraid that I'm going to be that one person who just doesn't heal from this eating disorder.
No. No. I'm just going to say no. Um, it's because you don't want to. I think if she truly wanted to, because the binge eating disorder gives her an excuse to keep failing. And maybe she needs to find a new therapist or psychologist because apparently this one isn't working. And if she wants to, I mean, and again, as I've said before, I really think she needs to do an inpatient eating disorder recovery program. I really do. I think that is the only way she's going to get better and learn coping mechanisms for her binge eating disorder. Inside of there, her food intake will be controlled. She'll have therapists, she'll have therapy sessions, and get the help that she needs. Until then, she's just gonna it's just an excuse. It really is, in my opinion. She's using her binge eating disorder as an excuse.
So as you guys know, I was doing keto, and in the beginning, I did enjoy it. Go lay in your bedsy. Go lay in your bedsy. So I was enjoying keto in the beginning, like the first week, I will say. And then I started noticing like I was just feeling super sick, not in the sense of like keto flu, because I know exactly what that is, because I have family members like my aunt, my mom, they did keto for years. So I know exactly like what keto flu is. This was all about my gallbladder, which, oh boy, I knew.
I will say that is a possible side effect of keto because it happened to me. I haven't read or heard anything about it, but anecdotal, I guess, evidence on my part with my gallbladder. That's why I'm not doing keto. Um, I am trying to lower my carb intake, but I like gnocchi a lot. I found so I eat a lot of gnocchi, but yeah, my gallbladder couldn't handle the sudden uptick in fat in my diet, and I had to have gallbladder surgery. So I mentioned early on in her keto journey here that if she does have gallbladder issues, that I was going to guarantee that would be why she would quit keto because of gallbladder issues. And, honestly, I think that is a reasonable reason because Amber Lynn having gallbladder surgery, that's not going to be a good thing. She's too big for it, really. And if she gets a blockage, that'd be very bad. I had a full blockage.
Wasn't a good idea. I always knew that keto was not a good idea if you have gallstones. And I was told to do keto, I was told to have very high fat. The lymphedema specialist said you
Lipedema.
need to do very low carb, below 50 grams, and you need to have a lot of fat, like 200 grams a day. I was not having anywhere near that when I was doing keto.
I wasn't
I
either.
knew that that would like tear me up pretty bad. I was having more fat than usual though, because I was eating like steak and pork.
Same. I wasn't buying low fat versions of foods because normally I would buy low fat versions of foods just for whatever reason. Um, but doing full fat versions of food and eating a lot of meat and cheeses and like dairy products, my gallbladder said no, and it just it made a very large blockage.
Rinds, and I eat like a lot of low fat things. No, I wouldn't say low fat. I don't eat a lot of pork rinds and steak type of deals when I am not
Types of
doing
food.
keto. It just felt like the main source of food.
Amber doesn't like meat a lot, so she wouldn't eat steak. I don't care for steak that much. I never cook it at home. So that sudden influx of higher fat, even when it comes to meat that I purchased, I prefer leaner meat. So I'll get like the 97 or 93% lean ground beef if I buy ground beef, and I'll get the really lean ground turkey and ground chicken. So
I was getting was protein and fat, which is what
what keto is
keto
for.
is. And it was making my gallbladder hurt really bad, and I was feeling really sick. And this is going to be TMI, so I'm just saying TMI. I started having like really bad, like greasy diarrhea, which is from my gallstones, and I haven't experienced that in a long time. It was on Friday, which I did not discuss. I ended up calling my doctor, and thankfully I was able to speak to them because I needed like reassurance that it's going to be okay. I needed something, and there wasn't any, unfortunately. They said that I shouldn't do keto. So this is what I am currently, as a human being, experiencing, okay? And I need people to take away the fact that I am Amberlynn Reed, because I know a lot of people just are biased based on that. Like Aaron Carter died, who is a person that I truly liked, because when I was a little girl, when his first single came out, I actually was living with my parents. Sorry, my ball's sticking out. I was living with my parents, and you guys know I had a very bad childhood. So I turned to a lot of different outlets to like blind myself through everything that I was going through, even though, that's hard. So like as my parents were in the other room doing drugs, or my dad was hitting my mom or whatever, like I would turn to certain things. Obviously food was one of them, and music was another. I loved music, and Aaron Carter was one of the artists that I really loved as a young girl. So he was like, for the lack of a better way of explaining myself, he was there for me when I was younger. That's where my emotions go when I think of Aaron Carter, was how his music just made me feel better as a young girl going through like a really hard time. And I posted on my community tab, rip Aaron Carter, you were a big part of my childhood, may he rest peacefully. And everyone made it about me, and I wasn't like trying to be selfish in my condolences. It was like literally just heartbreaking, because it's someone that I turned to when I was younger during very, very, very hard times. So
I wouldn't see her making that about herself. I think a lot of people would have said something like that about a celebrity that they really enjoyed whatever that person produced. Um, it's, music has the ability to make people feel good about themselves, or it helps them feel a connection, I guess, to something or other people. And it can express how you feel without you knowing that it's doing it. Or it can, in Amber's case, whenever she was a child, bring peace in some way. So I can understand that. I don't think I've ever heard a single song Aaron Carter made. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I remember he did like a remake of "I Want Candy" from the 1980s Bow Wow Wow. I think Bow Wow Wow. I think was the band name. Um, but I did see that she posted that. I had never read any of the comments on it, but for people to be like, "Oh, I make it all about you," she's gonna say, "Hey, he was a big part of my childhood. I'm sad he's gone. Rest in peace." I don't see her making that about her in any way. Editing Libby here. I was just thinking while I was editing that the way that Amberlynn's describing Aaron Carter when she was a child and his passing and how it affected her. A lot of people felt the same way about Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park, whenever he passed away. Linkin Park is my favorite band, and it was really painful and sad whenever he died. Linkin Park's music has been a part of my life ever since they came out, and whenever my mom passed away in 2011, one of their albums, that had just come out really helped me get through that, and a lot of their music really, really helped. And a lot of people feel that way about music because it can help them through rough times and make them feel better or express how they're feeling. And it's not that that person is making it about them, they're just sharing how this particular artist affected them and made them feel and why they're going to miss that particular artist. But as far as the keto, yes, this is Amberlynn, and yes, she can't stick to anything. But if the keto truly is causing gallbladder issues, and I believe it possibly is for her, then she shouldn't do it. And hopefully her lipedema specialist can help come up with a different way to help with her lipedema. Maybe just doing lower carb will help, but not increasing the fat intake, maybe. Maybe Amber can do that.
You know, it's hard to hear about any sort of death. So it's like,
Especially so
anyways,
young.
I just feel like people hate on me and nitpick and complain about anything and everything when it comes to me. So situations like this,
To be
just hard to
fair, some
speak
people
about,
do.
but you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm just going to be honest, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be present, and I'm going to share with you guys what I feel like is right to share. And in this moment, this is what I'm currently going through. I have a lymphedema specialist telling me what diet to eat. I have my doctor telling me not to do that diet. And I have my psychologist from a binge eating disorder clinic telling me not to diet at all.
Let's also remember that her psychologist is also health at every size, from what Amber Lynn has told us. Which I find odd in a binge eating recovery program or an eating disorder recovery program, but you know, hey, I can't dispute it, so we're gonna have to go with it. Having different medical professionals possibly give you conflicting medical advice is going to be frustrating, especially when it comes to Amberlyn being the size that she is. But there has to be something she can do. The first thing she has to do is get through her binge eating disorder. Is it ever going to fully go away? No. So when she says she's one of those people that will never fully heal, I don't think anybody ever fully heals from an eating disorder. They just learn coping mechanisms to deal with it. And Amberlyn doesn't seem to be learning those coping mechanisms or how to fight and push through it. People are still going to binge. If any of you watch Beatrice Caruso, she has binge eating disorder and she's worked with a therapist for over a year. And every once in a while, something will trigger her and she will still have a binge. But she gets right back on the horse the next day or that same day and gets back to it. And she doesn't beat herself up over it because she just knows it's part of the process. And it's going to happen every once in a while. But she doesn't use it as an excuse, if that makes sense. She's like, this is what triggered me. I know what triggered me. I need to avoid that in the future. And Amberlyn doesn't seem to be learning any of that or learning anything from her psychologist.
Because I need to heal and I need to stop relapsing with this binge eating disorder. So I have 3 specialists, 1, 2, 3, who are all very freaking smart, intelligent, kind, patient.
Oh, kitty.
They truly care, and they all have their own, advice and what they think is.
Just because the keto will work for the lipedema doesn't mean it will work for other aspects of your body, like your gallbladder.
Right, and all of them say something different. I don't know what to do. Rarity, your butthole is in the camera. Love. Let's not. You're such a baby. Holy crap. Why don't you go lay down? Just for a second. Just for 1 second. And then we can cuddle. So I'm just finding myself to be, like, I want to listen to health professionals. You guys tell me to do so. I know I need to do so, but who? Which one? Because I don't know. I am so confused. Obviously, clearly, Ozempic and keto did not work because of gallstones. And it's like, my gallbladder doesn't have the option of being taken out yet because it has to be infected. Any doctor I've talked to, I've seen a surgeon, even my doctor now,
So my gallbladder was inflamed. And it did have a complete or like a 98 or something blockage from a I guess stone or they just called it a blockage. And they're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this out. And if I'd went much longer, it would have got infected and went septic. That would have been very, very bad. But I'm so damn stubborn that I didn't go to the urgent care for a while, and they were poking around. They're like, yeah, you need to go to the ER. So it's with with Amberlynn's size, I could see them wanting to be hesitant to remove her gallbladder.
9 times out of 10, your gallbladder has to be running on very low. It has to be like very ineffective before they'll take it out. Plus, my weight plays a big role in like why they aren't prompted to do surgery, you know. So it's just like a lot of different things. Why is everything working against me when I'm trying so hard to do everything that I'm fucking being told? Why is everything working against me? Like, I can blame myself for the last 30 years of my life, and I will blame myself for the last 30 years of my life. But I can't blame myself now because I am doing everything that the doctors are telling me to do, that the professional.
I can see why she would think that, but it's her going into the victim headspace again. This isn't my fault. It's everything working against me. Everything is against me. She's back into the victim headspace again, where no matter what she does, she can't get better. And that's not a good space for her to be because she will not get better. There has to be something that will work for her. There has to be. Whether it's getting weight loss surgery, which she has lost, I think, enough weight in the last year still that they would possibly maybe do that if she had a consult. Um, but again, with the binging, she could blow out the surgery if she were to binge way too much. And it's hard to see her do this because she just keeps repeating her cycle over and over. Maybe Ozempic didn't work, but maybe there's a different weight loss drug that could possibly work to suppress her appetite. She said her doctor gave her an option of 3 to 4 different drugs. My endocrinologist told me that he had a possible drug if I wanted to try it that would help with weight loss. I can't remember the name of it right offhand, but I was given that option from my endocrinologist, who I see for my thyroid. Um, so there has to be something that would work for Amberlynn, and I think a lot of it has to do with her mental headspace. She has to get out of her "I'm a victim" headspace.
Are telling me to do, and I just feel so lost. I feel so scared. I feel hopeless. I feel defeated. I really, really, truly don't know what to do anymore. And a lot of people can look at this and be like, it's so simple, just count your calories. For someone with a binge eating disorder, it's truly not that easy. Binge eating disorder is a disorder, like a chemical disorder in your brain. Your brain is functioning differently as a normal human. This isn't something that I just choose to be. I know a lot of people heal from this. I get that all the time. You know, if I can do it, you can do it type thing. Or if like, why can't you do it? I did it. Like, I hate when people say that. Like, everyone is different. Everyone goes through different things. I turn to food. I can't just.
She's right. Everybody is different. Everybody goes through different things. It just means you haven't found what works for you yet. And what you've been doing isn't working, apparently. So either you need to find a new psychologist, you've been seeing this one for what, 8 months now? Or you need to find something different. She's tried every diet under the sun. She can't count calories because it triggers her. She can't restrict because it triggers her. What doesn't trigger her? That's the issue. Everything seems to trigger her. So she needs to find other ways to cope with that.
Eat one. I can't just eat two. Two is a serving. I'm sure people are like, why did you have these in your house? Well, I had them in my house because I bought them. Because during my rage of just wanting to binge and overeat, I buy things that I shouldn't. Like, if it was easy, if it was.
Exactly. Why did you buy it? Why do you have it in the house? If I were Amberlynn's girlfriend, if I were Feline, I would have suggested not buying it. Granted, you can't make somebody do something. But you could definitely be like, do you think this is a good idea? Do you really think we need these in the house? And Amberlynn has said that her girlfriend does that. Did she not do it for this? Or did Amberlynn just put it into the Instacart order and Feline didn't know that Amberlynn ordered them?
It was easy, or eating disorders were something that is just like a light switch, then no one would be fat. No one would have eating disorders. No one would see therapists. No one would have psychologists. there wouldn't be freaking eating disorder clinics. Like, it wouldn't be a thing. And it's just, I have so much to unpack in therapy. Oh my God, I have 30 fucking 1 years of just hell to unpack in therapy. And you guys, we have only reached the fucking tip, the surface. So it's like, I'm not going to heal anytime soon. I don't know what I want from myself, let alone what you guys want from me. I posted a TikTok actually last night. If you guys want to go look at that, my TikTok is Rarity Cat with 2 Y, so it's RARITYYCAT. I was kind of just like depicting what I go through right before I binge. It's kind of emotional, but I just wanted to make people feel less alone because I know there's people out there who also struggle.
The TikTok was not a good idea.
And last night I felt really alone. I felt so alone. And I was like, I don't want no one else to feel that way because I know how hard this is and how scary and how overwhelming. So regarding keto, I obviously am no longer doing keto. And I know that's going to let down a lot of people. But my question to the people, like truly, I will read the comments. I will read the comments under this video. I want to know from you, the people who are disappointed that I stopped keto, the people who are let down that I stopped keto. My question for you is, why are you let down / disappointed by something that my doctor clearly said I should not do because I have gallstones? Like, this isn't a choice.
Because people aren't going to believe your doctor said that.
Want people to look more clearly into their thoughts. Are you let down because you want to be let down for entertainment reasons, which I know some of you are? And then the portion of you who like do care about me and my journey, what do you guys advise that I should do? And yes, I'm asking you guys for advice because I am receiving advice from all these professionals, but they're all different. I just want to hear what you guys think because right now
That's a first.
I'm just really, really confused and I feel defeated. Yeah, I feel really defeated. So my steps forward is I am going to keep a food journal, like a physical food journal, and I'm going to write down everything that I eat. I am not going to count calories because that is exactly what my psychologist says do not do. So that can help with my binge eating. But I am going to be intuitive in what I am eating based on the amount that I'm eating, which is going to help with weight loss, obviously. And then
The last time she tried intuitive eating, she was ordering takeout 3 times a day.
going to drink more water and try to have
I need to drink more water
in my day, like walking and things like that, mixed with not as much pork rinds, if you will, and things to that extent. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm ever going to eat another pork rind for a very long time because, I don't know, I am correlating pork rinds with feeling like absolute crap, and it kind of makes me nauseous thinking about it. So I am trying to take the advice from each professional that I'm seeing, all 3 of them, and I'm going to like put it together and create something because I'm just kind of stuck right now. As for my weigh-in today, I did gain weight, obviously, 497.4, so that's not fun at all. And I decided
why is it obviously?
On days that I binge, I'm going to write after my weigh-in. I'm going to write that I binged with a little arrow showing that I binged the night before or the day before, just so I can see based on like how my weight fluctuates or whatever it may be. So I'm going to go pet this baby because I think she needs me as much as I need her, huh?
Hey, kitty.
Okay, so I wanted to open this. This is my last toy and mini brands that I have. And
oh boy.
I feel like it would put me in a better mood. Yes, you can't, see my face because that's not what this is about. You can see my double chin though, so hello. First one. Oh my god, it's one of those little skeleton moments from the Dino Island. And in the skeleton, there's a little fella sticking out. Look how cute. Second one.
I don't know what that is. Her arm looks bad. The other arm, the right arm looks bad.
Oh my god, Blue's Clues! It's a Blue's Clues puzzle. Oh my gosh, do you guys remember Blue's Clues? I know I sure do.
It was past my
time. Some of y'all thought I was Blue's
after
Clues,
my time.
For Halloween, but I was solely. But Blue's Clues is cute too. Third one. A sewing kit. Oh, I want to open one of these so bad. I feel like nothing's in there. Maybe like foam or something, but it makes you want to open it to see if like the real toy's in there, but it's not. Fourth one. A Ninja Turtle training bop bag. Okay, I've never even heard of
Lots of Ninja Turtle stuff.
my first duplicate, you guys. It is the Kitty Zoom Duo, which I already have. So adding these to my collection here.
All right.
The last time I was at Walmart, I also saw that they now have mini brands fashion. That's really awesome.
Okay, November 7th. I am way behind.
Hello. So I wanted to show you guys, remember I told you I like to do doodle posters. I started this when I was 18. I just randomly did it one day and then I couldn't stop. There was a phase, there was a little tiny moment where I had a few people pay me to make them one. So
really,
it was mighty flattering, gotta admit. So I kind of want to show you one that I've been working on. It's been like a week now. It is very, very time consuming, but it's really fun. It's distracting. It's therapeutic. Just a little smidgel of a hobby that I have, okay? And I just love doing it. So I wanted to show you guys how it looks so far. This is how she is looking. I kind of just wanted to show her nice and slowly because it's a lot to absorb. This is its sideways, but this
you misspelled beautiful.
The way that I'm doing it.
Bootful. You're missing the A and the I. Yeah, you misspelled beautiful. Yeah. That's that's sad. I mean, hey, if this keeps her hands busy, keeps her mind off of things, and she enjoys doing it, it's a hobby, more power to her.
I don't know, it's just like so therapeutic. Okay, you guys, so here we are, day 5, 497.8. So I will say that binging 2 days in a row is a rarity for me, but it happened. And I just noticed that my binging comes so much more frequently ever since I started keto and then stopped it. You guys, keto was probably one of the worst ideas for someone with binge eating. And I kind of regret ever doing it, to be honest. I'm having the worst heartburn right now. I binged again. I did. I'm having a very abnormally hard time with my binging lately. I don't know
but you aren't
what's up. And this is the heaviest I've weighed.
Well, you aren't doing keto anymore. You quit keto, so why are you binging? If you're eating carbs and other stuff again, what's triggering the binge?
In months, and I just feel like starting keto was such a good idea in the beginning, and now I just feel like it was such a horrible idea. So I actually just woke up. I fell asleep at 1 a.m. and woke up at 5 a.m. I don't know if that was like a nap or if that was my night's sleep. I have no idea. But I was just journaling and I just wanted to talk to you guys. I know in my vlog that actually just went up yesteryears, or was it today?
Yesteryears.
Doesn't matter. But I had a vlog up where I was like trying keto ice cream, and people were like, how do you expect not to binge by, you know, having ice cream in your house, da, da, da. I'm currently at a time in my eating disorder journey, for the lack of a better word, where it's not the ice cream. I am not addicted to ice cream. I'm addicted to food. Ice cream triggers me just as much as broccoli. Broccoli triggers me just as much as a slushie.
Maybe you should binge on broccoli then.
A slushie triggers me just as much as a pie. A pie triggers me just as much as green beans. Food is food. Food is triggering. And as a human, I have to eat. And I'm just having a rough time. And doing these 100 days of weigh-ins, I said, I'm just going to be completely word vomit honest in these videos. Like, I am ordering out all of my food in the last couple of days. I'm binging. I am in like a really bad headspace and I don't know how to get out of it. I might be fat, folks, but honestly, I simply hate food. I truly do. Looking at me, it looks like I love food. I don't. I hate it. And in this moment, I truly, truly wish, as human beings, we did not have to eat. But I just wanted to come on here while I'm editing this and let you guys know that when I said I'm just not doing very good, like mentally, I meant in the food area because it sucks. In my life, I'm doing great. If it wasn't for this like haunting food addiction / binge eating disorder, I would be such a happy individual. But right now, food is just like, it has me in prison. It truly has me in prison. And how long is this sentence going to be? Because it can't be lifelong. And that's why I'm in therapy. But damn, I'm just struggling and I just want to share it. My psychologist just
She has herself in prison. It's not the food. She
had a baby, so I'm like so happy for her. So she's actually not even going to be back in work for a couple months. And that's hard because I'm not going to have an appointment. So like I'm super, super happy for her. And normally moments like this, it's like I can rely on that like appointment that I have with her. But I don't have that right now. So I'm trying to just be patient and journal more and be more in tune with how I'm feeling. And maybe that's why I started this, because it's therapeutic for me. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you need to talk to a therapist. Why are you talking to the internet? Something about word vomit and knowing that people are listening to you and like choosing to listen to you. Like I'm not just like sitting here talking and having people not listen. Like I know that if you are clicking on this, you want to listen. And to me, I find that to be my own version of therapy that isn't therapy. It just makes me feel better. Like have you guys ever like talked to a friend and a family member and whoever it may be, and afterwards you just feel so much better? I don't like burdening people in my life. That's why I find myself doing so much word vomit on camera, is because if you guys click it, then you want to listen to it. You want to sit through all that hogwash. But it's like I don't want to bother people in my life. I don't want to feel like a burden to them, or I know my family's there for me. I know Feline's there for me. I know they'll listen to me, but I've always had this like,
if you can't talk to your girlfriend about it, then who can you talk to about it? I mean, really, you need.
burden feeling in the back of my mind. I think it just stems from childhood trauma. So it's like sometimes it's just easier to turn on a camera and talk to you guys, because it feels like a friendship that it's like if you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. Like if you do want to listen to me, then you can. You have that option. So it just helps a lot. I have my own forms of outlet. Like I go to real therapy with a psychologist. I journal. I have like so many different hobbies that I do, throughout the day, which I'm grateful that I can do that. A lot of people can't. And I have a lot of like distractions and friends and family that I talk to on a day-to-day basis. But it's like sometimes I like to fit in a little bit of, hi YouTube, so this is where I'm at right now. This is how I'm feeling. That's how I began my YouTube channel, and I feel like that's not going to end anytime soon. I started my YouTube channel very much word vomit, word vomit. I'm going to use you guys as a
Why are we doing this up the nose angle is what I want to know.
diary, if you will. Like literally my channel is just a fucking diary of my life. Like that's how it feels. That is literally how it feels.
And how it's been.
Gonna let comments like go to a therapist. We don't care about this. I'm not gonna let comments like that get to me, because clearly there are people who care and people who do want to listen to me.
I think Amberlyn sharing her struggles and things makes her more relatable to people. The bad thing is she's done so much damage to her reputation over the years that a lot of people don't believe her with anything she says. Like I've always said, I'm one that will give her benefit of the doubt until I have a reason not to. So unless I have a reason to not believe her where she contradicts herself, then I will tend to believe her. And when it comes to her own emotions and how she's feeling, that's how she's feeling. We can't discount that. But it seems to me that she's back into her victim mentality. And woe is me, and there's nothing I can do. The world is against me. And that's not going to help anybody.
Even if it is to pick me apart, it is what it is. If you can find something that helps you in any way, even if it's just a little bit and it's not hurting you or anyone else, then do it. I find when I talk to you guys and I do these stupid challenges where it's like word vomit is necessary, honestly, I notice that like how I feel when I first pick up the camera and start talking to you guys versus how I feel after I turn the camera off. When I express myself and tell you guys how I'm feeling, I do notice that I feel better afterwards. And that doesn't hurt me. That doesn't.
Sure, just getting it out, just getting it off your chest will help, of course. And I mean, if that helps her, then, more power to her.
Hurt you guys. I'm not hurting anyone by just like speaking and speaking and speaking. So I don't feel too bad about it. And like, just because I feel like a burden in real life does not mean that I am a burden in real life. Does not mean that the people in my life make me feel like I am a burden. It's just like I don't know. It's just all like mental, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. So
A lot of people feel that way.
yeah, it's just like the people in my life, they care about me. They show that they care about me, and they're there for me and stuff. It's just like mentally, I don't want to feel like I'm taking time out of their life. Like I do speak to them. I do speak to my family about how I'm feeling. Obviously, Feline is always there for me, which I'm so grateful for. It's just sometimes I like different outlets. I like different ways of expressing myself and communicating,
Sure.
and I think that's why I made that TikTok of relapse is painful, and I've gotten a lot of
It was a very bad idea. Very bad idea. I wonder if at this point, on the day she is on now, I forgot what day she's on, November 8th or something, if her account was suspended yet for that TikTok.
backlash on it, which I find to be rather, it's not shocking at all. It's not shocking at all. I get
It shouldn't be because it was in very poor taste.
backlash for literally everything that I do and say. Everything. It's
The
never
backlash
ending.
the backlash on that TikTok was very warranted. It was not a good thing to post, and again, I would have linked my video up here earlier.
Like ever. It's crazy. I actually I've discovered it before, but it's been a long time, like over a year. Eating disorder TikTok and people who struggle like I do. And a lot of people
I think TikTok is going to be cracking down on eating disorder content, and that could be why it got flagged.
have expressed and shown and depicted what their eating disorder looks like. And they do that through TikTok, whether it be in reenactment or like them really filming a binge and uploading it for people. The way that people
It's not
heal or
healthy.
share their life journey is up to them. And I found it empowering when I
No.
would watch these TikToks, and I felt so less alone. I hate that other people out there are struggling because I know how horrible this is to have an eating disorder and feel like you're not at all in control. Sometimes I feel in control, of course, but that part of TikTok has made me feel welcome and safe. And I kind of wanted to, make a TikTok depicting how it is for me, where I just feel very possessed, for the lack of a better word. And I fight so hard not to binge. And then I just give in. I don't know. And I wanted to depict that. I wanted to depict exactly what it looks like for me. And there are people saying I did it for views and for trolling. I don't know. It's just so sad that people think that that's a version of me trolling.
It just wasn't a good idea to do it. It wasn't, I mean, she had to plan that out to do that, and it's just not a good thing to post.
I know that is definitely not me trolling. I just, stumbled upon a side of TikTok that made me feel safe.
It's a
And,
side of
for
TikTok
a
that's
minute
going
there,
to
I
be going
forgot
away.
the type of viewers that I had. There's a lot of you who are there for me and support me and thought that the video was, touching. And I appreciate that. But I have to remember there's a large portion of people who are like, nope, this is trolling. And just like people making fun of me about relapsing. And some people were upset that I used the word relapse. When you have a
Yeah,
binge eating disorder and you go a week
yeah, mm,
or a month or a year without binging and then you do, it is called a relapse. Also, some people were confused. They were like, oh, she relapsed and broke keto. No, had nothing to do with keto. Had nothing to do with keto. I relapsed and binged. This wasn't about keto or my diet or non keto. No, this was about something that, is super personal to me and causes me a lot of pain. And I was so upset with myself that I wanted to find another way of expressing myself, and I wanted to depict what my binging kind of looked like for a minute there. And I'm just finding different ways of depicting my pain or what I'm going through, and I don't think anything's wrong with that. It's not trolling, it's nothing like that. I'm not trying to get attention or sympathy. That's not what I'm looking for. I just want people to see A, what I'm going through, and I want people to B, not feel alone, because I know how it feels to feel alone.
that's all fine and well. For you want people to not feel alone and to have people understand that you're on the same journey that they're on. But there's a good and there's a not so good way to do that. And unfortunately, Amberlyn seems to choose the not so good ways sometimes.
And having a binge eating disorder, especially as a larger person, that's a whole other subject within itself. People who are larger, especially females, this isn't just something I'm coming up with out of my head. Like, it's just how it is. People who are larger, who have binge eating disorder, especially when you're like my size, the backlash is astronomical. But then when it's someone who is thin or skinny who has binge eating disorder, backlash where? Literally nowhere. It's so confusing to me. There's a particular YouTuber I'm thinking of right now, and I don't want to say their name because I will feel so bad doing that, because I actually really like them as a person. Like, they're so freaking sweet, but they are skinny. They're a skinny person. They actually post videos called Binge With Me Today, and they have a known binge eating disorder. And, they'll make vlogs saying, I wanted to film everything I binged today, and
Regardless of the person's size, that isn't good. Um, so that person should get kind of the same feedback that Amberlynn gets. But because that person, whoever it is, isn't outwardly showing signs of the binges by gaining a bunch of weight, people may not see it as an actual binge eating disorder, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who this YouTuber is.
stuff. And, people in the comments are just like so supportive about it. And I know for a fact, if I did that, or Chantel, or back in the day when Amy's Life Journey was on here, oh my God, how is Amy's Life Journey doing? Dang, girl, if you're watching this, you're on my mind. Hi. Like, I know if one of us did that, or even a Tess Holiday moment, like anyone who is bigger, the backlash for binge eating it's just so unfair. It's so unfair. We just don't get taken as seriously because the number on our scale when we step on it, it's all so absurd to me.
So I'm wondering if that person that she's talking about, if they also combat the amount of food they eat with physical exertion to make sure they don't gain weight. But regardless of that, the binge eating disorder is something they might want to consider trying to get under control.
How that and like fat shaming and fat phobia is like the only phobia that is okay, the only shaming that is like okay to do. I don't know if I'll ever understand this world. And I just hope in my lifetime or in the next lifetime, I really truly hope that people my size start getting treated better in every walk of life, because to be this size, to just exist, it's hard, it's painful.
All right. Well, that was that for Amberlynn. Another abrupt ending to her video. I don't know what she can do to help herself anymore, quite honestly. I think an inpatient program is really the only thing that would help her at this point, because nothing else seems to be working for her. And apparently it's not her fault nothing's working, it's the world's against her, which is her getting back into that victim mentality and mindset. I understand there can be things like, your hormones, your body, things that might be against you, like with the gallbladder, but there has to be a way around it. There really does. She can do a little bit lower carb, but not increase that fat, because it sounds to me like what her lipedema specialist was saying was that large amounts of carbs make her body retain the water that is bad for the lipedema. So Amberlynn could just lower her carb intake, but not increase the fat. She doesn't have to go into ketosis. I mean, that would help with weight loss, but if her gallbladder can't take it, it can't take it. So, I don't know. I guess I pretty much said what I needed to say in the video. So with all that being said, I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving. And until next time, be safe and take care.